And what's going on, guys? It's AGF9 here. Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, please do like, comment, subscribe before I start this video. So this is live start FC25 best saves right now, 22nd of September. That's obviously the nearest update when it comes to live start points, and it's set on career mode. So the first team is Arsenal. Obviously, I'll go through the objectives, the budget, and stuff like that. The second in the league. They actually are 2 points in obviously 1st of October. This is when I'm recording it, so they're only actually 2 points in real life, but in game they're 5 points because they actually beat Newcastle last minute header from Gabriel Magalhaes. They are in the Champions League, as you can see. I think they're still in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well. So obviously we're just going to sim through and I'll take you over to the objectives. Right then, loaded up the save. Let's go straight into net management. Obviously, the style of playing that's up to you guys how you want to play. As you can see, this is this 4-3-3. Obviously, under Arteta. Obviously, the way you want to play is different. Obviously, you do have real life injured players like you see in your bottom corner, the Havertz and Jesus. Where I would actually upgrade is probably, depending on your patience, if you want to win the league on your first, probably left blue scale. You can play midfield as well and left winger. To be fair, you can play Ezzy out there as well, or your obviously new son in Madueke or Namwiri, but I do like him as a 10 instead. But that's how I would do it. Just do 2 signs for your January, when the January transfer window does open and you're safe. Objectives wise, obviously they want you to win the Premier League, which is quite realistic. Win the Cup and win the Champions League is quite unrealistic, to be fair, but that's not too bad, to be fair. But definitely win a trophy, because under Arteta, who's obviously not won a trophy in 4 or 5 seasons, it makes sense. I mean, you do have a budget of 131 million plus some player sales, and you could recall a few players as well. But yeah, that's obviously my top pick for obviously this video, but I'll take you over to the next club. Second on the list for me is actually Bournemouth, because they actually are sitting in 4th place right now, 10 points, obviously 5 behind the league leaders, Liverpool. They've lost the back line and they're 4th in the league. That is pretty impressive from Albion, in my opinion. I think they're still in the actual Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Actually, I'm not sure about Carabao Cup, but they are definitely in the FA Cup. I don't know how true this is when it comes to Carabao Cup. If they're straight into qualified round 3, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure you can do your own research. So let's go forward and look at the team. Let's see what the team looks. As you can see, play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, as you want to see. Bench looks alright. Obviously, new sign of Adley's not bad striker. Obviously, good career mode wonder kid Greepy in the striker position as well. Obviously, they do have very, very good potential centre backs, left backs, and striker, even full backs as well. I'll probably upgrade the right back. I mean, Arejo, obviously, I think he's played for Barcelona as well. He's not too bad, but he's 24 years of age. Obviously, Brooks ain't too bad. We do have Doug, obviously. I don't know if he's on loan or new signing, but I will check that out in a minute just to confirm. Obviously, as a 10, you can play Adley, Cliver, striker Adley, Greepy. So maybe, obviously, that's new signer left, but maybe a backup left back ain't too bad. But Solid is quite young as well, I'd like to think. How old is he? Yeah, 20 years of age, not too bad. Obviously, Petrovic, new signer from Chelsea. New back line, they've done really, really well. I mean, you can probably get a very, very good number 6 or even, or better number 8. But there's a lot of growth with this team, that's what I must say. Obviously, you do have Semenyo as well, who I highly rate. Alright, let's look at objectives for Bournemouth. Obviously, they are sitting in 4th. Finished mid-table. And then reached around the 16 of M's FA Cup. So they're out the Carabao Cup from what it looks like. Finished mid-table, yeah, they've always been kind of a top team under Aria. He's only been there for like, what, 2.5 seasons, maybe a year and a half, but he's done very, very well. I'll say top 8. Why not push for Europa Conference League? Why not? Let's look at the budget. What you got to play around with. 54 million. Not too bad. All you need to do is bring 1 or 2 signings. Pardon me. I just want to confirm if that Doug fella from Liverpool is actually online. No, they've actually signed him. Good player, by the way. But yeah, that's second on the list, and let's go on to the third team. Right, third team on this list is actually El Nasser. They are sitting top of the league right now. Obviously, I'm not too sure what kind of cups they're in, but Ronaldo's been there for like 3 seasons now. He needs to win the league finally. Honestly, I think it's Etihad? Oh no, Al Hilal is the one that always wins it, don't it, every season? I think they won the last two, but let's go into the team management and see what type of team Ronaldo's teammates are. Right, as you can see on this screen, I mean, left back, a right back, then. I mean, centre backs, I think, probably like a backup centre back, why not? Unless someone's injured. The Spanish centre back, Laporte, where has he gone? He must have left, but maybe a backup centre back, definitely full backs. The goalies looks alright. Number 6, obviously have João Felix, Coman and Mane as wingers. Obviously do have Angelo, who's not too bad, quite young as well. Not bad, but not great either. Obviously, let's look at the objectives before we look at the budget. Alright, objective. Win the title. Makes sense. And reach the final of the Asia Continental Cup. They're currently in the stage semi-final. So not too bad. Obviously sitting second in the league. Budget-wise, they have 32 million. It's going to be quite tricky, isn't it? Because Al Hilal have a really, really good team, to be fair. So that's going to be a hard one to call. But maybe pick up some late 28 to 34-year-old left back, right backs. Maybe a number 6. And a backup centre back, and you probably will win the league. But that is third on the list. Obviously, let's go over to fourth on the list now. Right, guys, fourth on the list is actually Atletico Madrid, which is quite crazy. They've played 5 games, and they've only got 6 points, sitting in 12th on this save, 22nd of September, as Real Madrid sit top with 15 points. Actually crazy. They are in the Champions League, and they are in the semi-final of the Super Cup, which is the Spanish Cup. I can't believe they're actually sitting in that. 12. So 9 points. The team they have. Let's go into the team anyway. Let's have a look. Surely not. You should be get sacked. Let's have a look at the team. Alright guys, last team on this. This is actually AS Monaco. As you can see by this league position, 4 teams are actually sitting on 12 points. Obviously Lyon, PSG and Strasbourg. I decided to go with AS Monaco as they do have Ansu Fati, Pogba as their new signers. And they do have a few good potential players that I will show you on team management. But they are in the Champions League as well, which ain't too bad. So let's go over to the team management and I'll tell you where they could improve on. AS Monaco play a 4-4-2. I mean, they do have a lot of injured players. You can see at the start line, Zakaria, Golovin can play obviously across the midfield. Mawiso is actually a good potential player as a centre back this year. Not too bad. Obviously, they do have potential all over the start 11, apart from obviously your likes of Dyer and Hadreki. But apart from that, it looks like a good, obviously good bench as well. Fati, Pogba, I did mention. Salisu, obviously a former Southampton player. Diato, who's been there for years. Obviously he's quite a good potential, I can remember. I think he's played for the Belgian team. I think he's like 90 potential at one point, or 80 something. High 80s. Bruno as well. I ain't forgot about him. So if you actually look at it, starting 11, bench and reserve, it's literally full of potential players. Where could you improve? If you want to win the league, I'll say probably get a better centre back. Yes, Dyer and Kecha are semi-unrated, but he likes a PSG, especially they're going to have so much better centre back. Well, obviously Kamara and Zachary still probably got good potential. Maybe get a really, really good left mid. I know they signed Fati, but you can play him up front as well. But it's quite hard because it's still such a young squad. But left mid, centre back, I'll probably go for. I think left back, right back, they do have good potential. Or maybe even go for a really, really good right back. Why not? Obviously Hadreki is probably a new signing as well. Anyways, let's go over to the objectives and see what their aims are. They've got 4. Wow. Finish in a Champions League place. You know what, that is very realistic. I'd probably say they used to do it all the time. Win the cup. Coupe de France, credit wherever that cup is. Quite realistic actually. There's only good 4 teams in France in my opinion. Like so Lyon, PSG, Marseille, and probably Monaco I'd say. So reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League, not a chance. Probably round 16, round 32, realistic in my opinion. And they want you to reach the final of the Europa League. I couldn't tell you who's in the Europa League because my team ain't in it in real life. So I actually don't know about that, to be fair. Maybe reach the quarters, semis. You do have a very young squad, but you do have Pogba, Fati, and I've got the goalie that's quite experienced. But let's go over to the budget and see what we're working with. So we are working with 36 million. Not a bad budget for a League R team, but you still got a lot of potential stars in that team, so you don't really need to buy a lot. So yeah guys, that is today's video done. Obviously if you like my recommendation on players, obviously the teams I did introduce as well, do leave a like, do subscribe, do leave a comment below. Obviously let me know if you want to see more of these type of recommendation videos. I'm AGF99 and I'm out.